From powering the world's most immersive gaming experiences to fueling the artificial intelligence revolution, Nvidia's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Today, this tech giant is behind the AI brains of Chat and many other cutting-edge innovations. But how did a company that started out making graphics cards for gamers become an indispensable AI powerhouse? Let's find out. Nvidia was founded back in 1993, right as the PC gaming market was starting to explode. The founders, Jensen Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Preem, saw an opportunity. They wanted to create specialized chips that could handle the intense graphical demands of video games, freeing up the computer's main processor. Their focus was clear: build powerful graphics processing units, or GPS, that could bring virtual worlds to life. For the first few years, they faced stiff competition, but their big breakthrough came in 1999 with the release of the GeForce 256. Nvidia marketed it as the world's first GPU. This chip was a game changer, designed specifically for real-time 3D graphics rendering. Suddenly, games looked more realistic than ever before. The lighting, textures, and fluid motion it enabled were revolutionary. This single product transformed gaming visuals and cemented Nvidia's reputation as a household name among gamers. They didn't just sell hardware, they built an entire ecosystem with drivers, software, and community engagement that gamers loved. They became the go-to brand for anyone serious about PC gaming. But here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. The very architecture that made Nvidia's GPS so good at rendering explosions and fantasy landscapes held a secret power. A GPU is designed for something called parallel processing. Think of it like this: a CPU, the computer's main brain, is like a brilliant professor who can solve one very complex problem at a time. A GPU, on the other hand, is like an army of students, each capable of solving a simpler problem, but all working at the same time. This ability to handle thousands of tasks simultaneously is perfect for graphics, where every pixel on the screen needs to be calculated. However, researchers in other fields started to notice this incredible parallel processing capability. Scientists realized they could use these gaming cards to accelerate complex scientific simulations, from modeling climate change to discovering new drugs. And then, the artificial intelligence community had its light bulb moment. Training an AI, particularly a deep learning neural network, involves performing a massive number of relatively simple calculations over and over again. It was a perfect match for the GPU's architecture. What started as a niche experiment, with researchers hacking gaming cards for their work, quickly became the standard. The power to render a dragon's fiery breath was the same power needed to train an artificial mind. Nvidia's leadership, especially CEO Jensen Huang, saw this emerging trend and didn't just embrace it, they bet the company on it. This was a strategic pivot of epic proportions. Huang understood that AI was not just a passing fad, it was the future of computing. Under his visionary leadership, Nvidia began to invest heavily in developing hardware and software specifically for the AI market. They launched products like the Tesla line of GPS, which were not meant for gaming PCs, but for massive data centers. These were followed by even more powerful, purpose-built AI chips like the A100 and the H100, designed from the ground up for the intense demands of deep learning. But hardware was only half the equation. Nvidia also created a revolutionary software platform called CUDA. CUDA allowed developers and researchers to easily program the GPS and unlock their immense parallel processing power for any kind of task, not just graphics. This was a masterstroke. It created a deep, sticky ecosystem. Once a developer learned to build AI applications on CUDA, they were locked into Nvidia's world. The company started partnering with major cloud providers like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, ensuring their GPS were available to anyone, anywhere. They also cultivated relationships with AI startups, providing them with the tools they needed to innovate. Nvidia was no longer just a gaming company, it had become the arms dealer for the global AI revolution. And that brings us to today and to technologies like Chat. When you type a question into Chat, you're interacting with a large language model, or LLM. Training a model of this scale is one of the most computationally intensive tasks humanity has ever undertaken. It requires sifting through trillions of words, finding patterns, and building a network with hundreds of billions of parameters. Doing this on traditional CPUs would take years, if not decades. But on a massive cluster of Nvidia GPUs, the training time can be cut down from months to just a few weeks. That's why today, data centers built for AI are packed wall-to-wall with tens of thousands of Nvidia GPUs. They are the undisputed backbone of modern AI development. When OpenAI trained the models that power Chat, they relied on a supercomputer filled with Nvidia's hardware. It's not an exaggeration to say that without the computational power provided by Nvidia, the AI breakthroughs we've seen in recent years simply wouldn't have been possible at this speed and scale. Nvidia's dominance is so complete that their GPUs have become the default platform for AI research and deployment across the globe. But Nvidia isn't stopping at language models. The company's ambition is to become the essential computing platform for the entire AI-driven future. They are aggressively expanding into other multi-trillion-dollar industries. Take autonomous vehicles. For example, their Nvidia DRIVE platform is a full-stack solution for self-driving cars, providing the brain that perceives the world and makes driving decisions in robotics. Their Isaac platform is helping create smarter, more autonomous robots for manufacturing, logistics, and healthcare. And then there's the metaverse, or as Nvidia calls it, the Omniverse. This is a platform for building and simulating physically accurate, AI-powered virtual worlds. It is being used for everything from designing new factories and training robots in a virtual space before building them in the real world, to creating stunning visual effects for movies. Each of these fields autonomous machines, robotics. Virtual world simulation relies on the same core principles of massive parallel computation and AI. Nvidia is positioning itself to be the foundational engine for all of it, aiming to power the next decade of AI-driven experiences and beyond. Nvidia's incredible journey, from a niche startup for gamers to the beating heart of the global artificial intelligence industry, is a powerful lesson in innovation, strategic vision, and the courage to reinvent oneself. They saw a hidden potential in their own technology and pursued it relentlessly, transforming not just their own company, but the world. So next time you're amazed by an AI-generated image or have a conversation with an assistant like Chat, remember the silent, powerful work of thousands of Nvidia GPUs humming away in a data center somewhere, making it all possible. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of tech, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories like this. And let us know in the comments what AI or tech topic you want us to explore next. Thanks for watching.